In the immortal words of the Iceman, go ninja, go ninja, go. Best Ninjas games. I said that wrong. Today on... Welcome. Don't you start with that face. Welcome to another episode of Press B to Cancel. Actually, a very special episode. Why?
That
Radness.
Don't do that.
It's like college ball.
yeah, there it is.
We're gonna
look at
patent this son of a bitch. Is what we're gonna do. March Radness. So this is an idea that Wolf came up with earlier this year, I believe. We're gonna do because we love doing
last
these.
year.
Was it last year? Well, either way,
Yeah.
we're gonna do for the entire month of March. Every episode of Press B will be a bracket tournament episode where we decide through team-driven, scientific, proven methods the best or the worst of something. And this week, it's ninjas, the best ninja game. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, this was hard to come up with a list. There's a lot of ninja games, and I'm not talking about, games that have a ninja like Mortal Kombat or Bushido Blade. No, games that focus on ninjas. There's a lot of them, but we picked 12, and we're going to go through them in the only way we know how, bracket style. But I can't do this alone. There's no I in team, so I got a crew with me to help me as always. GP, how you doing this week?
Oh, so we're part of your crew. Okay. I'm good. That's good. It's good to be here.
We haven't
Good to see
even
you,
5
Daddy.
minutes in, and you're already trash talking me. This is gonna be a great episode. Chard, how are you doing?
You ruined our cake sing along earlier today, so go Dogs, bow down. We're
Wolf,
talking
how are you
basketball,
doing?
Right? Wait,
PB2C.
hold on, we're talking about basketball, right?
Yeah, Sinistar, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I wish I had a mute button. That's what I wish. All right, we need to get
For
right
me?
into this for everybody.
Wow.
Just I'm gonna put the spider in charge.
Listen,
I'm just gonna
I
throw it
want to
up.
specify.
Rock
I want to.
Jayhawk.
We
You go
tried.
KU.
We tried to make plans for this month, and you said no. We all had to be here in your
I
Canadian loud voice.
Fuck you.
So before you complained about us all being here, you asked us all to fucking be here.
It
No,
wasn't
we-
even
Could
my
we not
idea.
That was
Could we
kind
not do
of
March
mine.
Radness in like
I
April?
was the one who requested
Wolf.
we were all here all
No,
month.
you don't say
Yeah.
that. Don't say that.
I-
This was all Jake's idea.
Well, if you will never do anything wrong ever.
Wolf, we love you.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like-
for you any day of
I'm
the week.
convincing my wife of that.
All
Jake,
right.
these two are mean. Jake.
They are Sinistar. Thank you for being in my
Wow.
corner.
Mm.
Does
Until
it
the game
smell
comes
in
up.
your room, Sinistar?
Well, until Circus Charlie comes up. What was that, Chard?
Does it smell in your room? 'Cause
Uh,
you got a little something right there.
oh.
Don't drown, Jake.
all right.
We like you.
Fuck,
No.
fuck you guys. First game is TMNT, the arcade game.
Oh, a
Teenage
hidden
Mutant Ninja
gem.
Turtles, the arcade game. Yeah, hidden gem. Nobody's heard of this one.
Preempt that one right fucking now.
Versus the
Right
Mystical
down Main
Ninja
Street.
on the Nintendo 64. That is our matchup.
Oh.
So before collect your thoughts. Collect your thoughts. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to for this one. Hold on. I got buttons for this, right? I do.
This is a genuinely hard decision.
And it's
Yes.
not showing up. Oops.
Charlie, you trying to pull a Scooby-Doo ending down there? What's happening?
Yeah, I'm collecting my thoughts.
I
Go on.
have a good ranking system on this piece of paper in front of me that I have worked on. I was not prepared to compare these two games right away because I would have liked to see these go much, much further. And I just look at that.
I'm just fixing
That beautiful
things.
beam
Sorry.
footage.
So,
But I am sure I want to
Mystical-
start off with something very important. Just I want you to watch this. I want you to watch.
Is this the dash dash dash? Tell me
Yeah.
it's dash dash dash.
Spoiler
Yes.
alert.
This is one of the greatest songs ever done
Oh
on
my
Nintendo 64.
God.
News team assemble.
Wait. Are you comparing it to the Donkey Kong on N64 song?
Forget the DK rap.
Okay.
Dash
Okay.
dash dash beats everything on that system.
Yes. You don't understand. Like
You have to see
the
this.
first,
The Burning Sun.
the first time I played through this game with a friend of mine was the summer it came out, like the year it came out, and we were dying laughing at this cutscene. the first time it happened. And then the song keeps going once you start playing the level, where you're in this giant robot skating along the countryside in, what, feudal Japan?
Yeah, it's ancient Japan. This game
Jake,
is wild. It really is.
I was in your corner until you disparaged the Donkey Kong rap.
Okay. Nobody likes DK rap. Nope. Nobody likes that game.
I love DK rap.
Okay. Well, we'll save
Jake?
best DK game for later because they're all trash. We got to talk about
Jake,
Mystical Ninja.
I want to just, I want to, we have to have a moment here real quick, Jake.
Uh-huh.
You and I are going to have a moment. I also
We have moments
hate
all the time.
Donkey Kong Country. No, I also
No,
share
not Donkey Kong Country.
your
Donkey
your
Kong on
disdain for Donkey
N64.
Kong
It is
Country.
not Donkey
Yeah.
Kong Country.
It's also
Whatever.
awful.
I'm sorry, the game is not on
honestly,
today's
any
list.
DK game
Yeah.
is crap. I don't like
but,
any of
but
them.
it's not on this list. Let's focus on
It's not-
the Ninja
yeah.
games because otherwise we'll
Okay.
be here for 3 hours.
Okay.
Legend
Which
of the Mystical
Chad has a good
Ninja
point.
on the N64.
They're saying if there are any samurai games listed today, they're out. It's
Yeah.
over. So
Totally agree.
hopefully there are
Ninjas
no
only.
samurais.
No
Ninjas
samurais.
only.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
we are a ninja specific today.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about Last Samurai, the game, the movie.
No. Sell it.
That's yeah.
All right,
Don't
who's
give it away.
going first? Who's going first on this one?
I think Jimmy needs to lead this one because he probably played this
Yeah.
more than any of us. So go ahead.
Okay, so as a kid, I loved Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. I will say I got a lot of time with that. But this is a game that I absolutely love, and I went out of my way to find it when I didn't even have an N64. I was like, I gotta go get this game so that way, if ever I do have an N64, and years later I did get one, so I could play this damn game. Like, I love this game so much. It's
bingo
so
cards.
cheesy. And it's like great Zelda-like
Yeah.
that really throws a lot of silliness at you too. It's like it's the way I like to describe this game to people who are unfamiliar with it. It's the Legend of Zelda with the goofiness from Japanese TV that we've all experienced at some point or another on YouTube, right? Like that's what this game is. And I love it. It's so much fun. It's actually challenging. Like it's
Yeah.
legitimately hard at points, but not stupid hard. It's you just have to think about the encounter to overcome it. So like it's a really well-designed game. There's lots of secrets to find, a huge island to explore because it's all over Japan. And your characters get tons of upgrades, and there's lots of silly jokes where in the middle of the dialogue boxes you just hear laugh tracks go off now and then.
I was going to say
love
this
this
game has a
No.
laugh track, and I didn't remember that until I watched the video today.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I mean it's got Plasma Man. Burazuma!
Yeah.
I gotta say the sky backgrounds are just an entire vibe from that opening, mech giant fight. I love that. I think they filmed that the same day they filmed the opening for Super Contra or Super C because the skies and the cloud formations just exact same thing, same set.
It's on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah.
I love how off the wall this game is. That giant robot is Dash, who looks just like Goemon, but he's his own person. Like he's got his own personality and his own career, and he got summoned from the United States because of his. I think he has a Hollywood career in the United States, and he got summoned by Goemon
got summoned
to
from the United
Japan to
States
come
to
help him with
Japan.
what he's dealing with.
If
That
if
makes
two
That's the
perfect sense.
silliness we're dealing with this in this game. I love it.
if two
Probably
phenotypically identical people with different personalities blows your mind, wait until you hear about twins.
Giant robot, dude. Modeled after Goemon.
Who doesn't love giant robots?
Uh,
I get it. It's great.
everyone loves giant robots.
Yes, it is a staple in every young child's entertainment consumption diet.
Yeah, like Jimmy said or Wolf said, when I rented this as a kid or as a teenager, I guess, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't sure if this was like a Mario 64 platformer or was this Legend of Zelda. It's a mix of both with more platforming than Zelda ever had. It's got that sense of humor that just throughout the entire game, it's hilarious. Like this is a game I rented and I later bought. And I almost never did that as a kid. But there was just so much in this game and so much fun in this. And again, in Nintendo 64, I feel like there wasn't that many great games for that system as a kid. What there was very expensive. I got this one fairly cheap. I don't want to call it a hidden gem, but it might be because I didn't know many other kids who had this game like I did. And this character,
It's a fluid concept,
it's a
so
fluid
nobody really
concept.
knows.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what's your vote? Really quick, what's your vote?
Oh, this hands down,
'Kay.
Mystical Ninja
All right,
64
sorry.
starring Goemon.
Say, be pretty
Sorry.
funny if he went on and on about
Yeah.
this game and then
It's
goes
trash.
Turtles. Idiot.
Okay, all right.
Turtles.
Sorry,
I like
Jake.
Turtles 4.
I didn't have clarity there. So
So I just want to talk more on Mystical Ninja. This is a franchise that has been in Japan long before North America. This is the first my exposure to the character. I didn't play the Super Nintendo versions of this game until much later, but I still go back to this one. This is the graphics, the music is hilarious. Just everything about this game is fantastic. Now on the flip side, and I'll let you guys talk in a minute about Ninja Turtles, but TMNT, the arcade game, I mean, we knew that we needed to have at least one or two TMNT games on this list. It was hard to pick. I figured we would go with the original arcade one because that's the one that kind of set a standard for some of the home ports later on. The colorful graphics, it's fun, the multiplayer, it's a really great game. But my vote's going to go to Mystical Ninja personally. So who wants to talk about Ninja Turtles?
So I can talk about Ninja Turtles. Sorry, Chard. So I'm gonna start with my vote and then give a little bit of a backstory here. I'm gonna go with Ninja Turtles as my vote. I watched Jimmy play Mystical Ninja. I love Mystical Ninja. I've seen it. The laugh track's great. I was reminded of that today, but I feel like TMNT, the arcade game, extorted me for enough money that if I don't vote for it, it's going to come and beat up my kids.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I have dumped so many coins into that game, and then the real joy is when a couple of your friends join you, and maybe some rando at the arcade, and it's just epic, and it's a dump a quarter and continue fest. It's amazing. I love the thing, and the controls are good, graphics are great. It has all the tie-ins you want to the the TV show, comic books, whatever you want to, and I mean Shredder.
That's fair.
But really, I feel like I've spent enough money that it's extorted me, and if I don't vote for it, I'm gonna have my kneecaps broken.
Yeah.
So TMNT, the arcade game.
It's fair. That's fair. I'll
Jared, how
I'll
about
follow
you?
mine
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I this is unfair. This is unfair that this is where this is at.
It
And
really is.
I have to lean on my nostalgia because I did not play a ton of Nintendo 64. I played Zeldas and the Marios, and that's pretty much it because I didn't own one. My friend growing up owned one, and I would go to their place and I would play the games over there. And we never played this one. I played Mystical Ninja on the Super Nintendo, and I love I love watching the videos that I saw of it. It is an awesome game. I would love to try and play 64, but I have so much nostalgia of going to Izzy's Pizza, which was down the street from where I lived. They had this game there every birthday, all of my friends' birthdays. My childhood friend I literally have known since we were born because their parents were best friends growing up. He's born and his birthday was 2 days ago. Mine is next month, 24 later. So 2 months we get to go to Izzy's together and coin op this game and play the hell out of it. And I gotta lean on my nostalgia and all the fun times that I had. It's like Sinistar said, you can come in, drop a couple quarters in, fire it up, play it, and then some rando will come in, and it's like an instant friend maker. This was before the days that people told you sucked ass at games. This is the people that came in were just as bad as you, and you could play together, and it was fun. You'd make friends for a little while, and then you'd never see them again. It'd be that single serving friend kind of ordeal. Since we're talking about Fight Club lately, but yeah, I
Spoilers for
gotta
later.
lean on.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. And it's not fair because Mystical Ninja is a great franchise,
Yeah.
and I know that Mystical Ninja 64 is also a fantastic. Like it's just more of the same, but more. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
the
this
same
is-
stuff that you love from the old stuff, but then all the laugh tracks and all the humor and and the goofiness and the zaniness gets added in, just kicks it up a notch. And I have to go with TMNT, and I'm upset I have to pick that.
Yeah, this is a ruinous choice, really. It really is.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah,
is the devil's choice.
Imagine having to be the tiebreaker, fellas.
I purposefully wanted
Come
to
on,
make
GP,
sure that
come
somebody
on.
had a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Come over here.
I frankly thought I was going to be the only one that picked TMNT, so I'm glad Sinistar and I are on the same page.
I will say this: after my, we'll say, week showing last week, I'll volunteer to go fifth all
Tiebreaker the rest of
night.
the
Yes, the rest of this episode, I will be the fifth person. Whether or not it's a tiebreaker, I don't know.
Feisty
The
fits.
fifth,
But I
fifth
have
wheel?
enough. I have enough anger
fits.
and resentment. What'd you say? Sloppy fifth?
I said floppy fits.
We need to hang out more, Chart.
Both are bad.
Anyway. By then, I don't think it's
Love you
sloppy.
too,
I think
bud.
it's crusty fist. Doesn't matter, guys.
No, it's got to be phonetic.
Oh,
Hmm.
I don't know what that means. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at. The fact that you chose Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, at first I thought was the weakness for this particular entry. I think there are better games in the Ninja Turtles franchise. Things that certainly did this better than that. But the fact that it's the actual arcade game and not the NES arcade game, I think kind of redeems it. I don't want to be predictable, which would dictate that I would choose Ninja Turtles. But God dang it, I love Ninja Turtles. So
Yeah.
that said, Mystical Ninja.
Yeah.
Mystical Ninja is a top 5 game on the 64. I
Yes.
want to show it some love. It's a travesty that it's not going further, but we're going Ninja Turtles on this one. I don't need to elaborate any further. I got the nostalgia just like everybody else, the
And-
extortion from the quarters. The great equalizer about the arcade style things is you guys were talking about the rando friend who would just come in, plop a quarter in for a little while and play. It didn't matter if they sucked. This is what I love
Yeah.
about arcade games.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you
Yeah.
were the young kid in the family or the one who sucked at video games, even if you sucked at this game, it was your quarter or their quarter, not yours. And at least they were taking bad guys away from you so you could deal with your mess and then go help them out. So unless they were just
some
hogging
rando
pizzas.
kid is being lifted by his dad and is holding
Yeah.
the controllers like this,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still good. It's still good.
Yeah. So
There'd be times where you'd be playing with somebody, you guys be on a roll,
Mhm.
and that person dies, and they're like, "I'm out of quarters," and you'd be like, "Take one of mine." You just like pop it in for them, or
No, I never did that.
versa. You'd be
I'm like sucks to suck deuces. 'Cause the kid didn't realize I was siphoning his quarters. I'm like, all right, cool. He's not paying attention.
But
The other
you
thing
know
I
why
was
you're not out.
about arcade games real quick, and then we'll move on to the next disappointment, is I think one of
Wow.
the greatest video game mechanics ever is the blinking bad guy. We
Hell
don't know their
Yes.
HP.
Yes.
We don't have a Mega
Yeah.
Man style thing, but the anticipation, the anxiety, and just like the button mashing, you see them flashing more, you're just like, oh my God, this is something's going to happen.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
didn't know where it was going to fall. I love that. And yeah, I love arcade stuff. So had you gone
More-
with the
more-
NES version, I would be saying Mystical Ninja. But
Mhm.
More anxiety inducing, flashing bad guy, final boss, or Sonic drowning music.
Oh, drowning
Oh.
music. Come on, man.
Drowning music
That
is
makes
more
it
anxiety.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the flashing bad guy is exciting. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm so fucking close. Just another quarter.
I gotta say, before
the
we
one thing
move
more
on to
anxiety-inducing is a lightning and thunderstorm happening when you live in kind of a shanty house. That was always
That's
before we
pretty
move
high.
on to the second
Yeah.
bracket, I know
Yeah.
we've got everybody's vote, but had these been sorted differently, this could have been top 3.
without a doubt.
I concur. This
Easily.
is devil's choice. This is devil's
I don't know
choice.
if anybody's aware of this.
Yeah.
Jake sets up these brackets, and
He randomized them, but you know what?
he
No.
won't- he
GP,
won't let anybody see the process.
GP.
I asked if you guys wanted to witness the process.
You know what?
He did.
I
Jake
asked.
voted
Stream
Mystical
today.
Ninja with me. The rest of you are traitors, so
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll watch
I
you
like the
play
game.
Mystical Ninja forever, Wolf. Like it's one of the great joys in life. And I feel bad that it's not there.
least it
And you're
wasn't
like,
a
no,
PS5
we trust you,
controller.
Jake. We agree with your judgment. I'm sure whatever you
I
do with the
wanted
brackets
to-
will be
I
fine.
with the
specifically said I
crowd
didn't
because-
trust you. As a matter of fact,
I wanted to bring that up tonight.
I actually have it
gonna
on
happen all fucking month.
record saying I don't trust you, but do what you got to do.
All month.
My wife gives less mixed signals than you. Jesus Christ. All right.
That's what makes a good show.
TMNT, the arcade game, versus Mystical
Moving
Ninja.
on.
Sadly, Mystical Ninja loses. TMNT will move on. That's a tough choice,
Yeah.
though.
It's a,
Sorry, Wolf. I'm sorry.
That's
That-
all right.
that one
I
sucks.
get it.
it
I
was-
don't like
it was-
it, but I get it.
Yeah.
it was literally like that, like, you know, the Caesar choice where you're like, damn. Like,
If we could save a game and bring it back up, like spend
Without a
points
doubt.
on it, I
Yeah.
would rescue it.
Yeah. Same.
and when I was a wrestler, we referred to that as the losers bracket.
Ouch.
Wow.
You
Jesus.
could take
Okay.
you could take third
Wow.
place from the losers bracket. You could.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on because we have to move on. Our next match is The Messenger, PC and console,
Hmm.
versus Ninja Kid 2, also known as Red Action in North America, but it's Ninja Kid 2.
Oh shit. Back to
Who
back
wants-
tough ones.
Who wants to talk about? Have you even played Ninja Kid 2?
Look, I'm not on
watched the video.
trial here. I'll go fifth.
I watched the video.
Okay. Who wants to start with The Messenger first? I guess let's do that one. Go ahead.
Gosh, you and I have gushed about this game for over an hour on one of our episodes.
Yeah. It's a great one.
It was an episode that had nothing to do with the messenger.
No, but the messenger is freaking spectacular. The sense of humor in the game, again, the story is actually really freaking epic, despite the silliness that ensues constantly throughout the game. The music, the soundtrack, like literally, my Spotify replay at the end of the year last year, the soundtrack for this game was like in my top 3 listened to all year.
Yeah. Same.
So like
It
The
both the
soundtrack for
8-bit
The
and
Messenger is
16-bit versions
great.
of it because you have the both
Yes.
sides of it and both are really good.
uh-huh.
I mean, hell, the music even changes when you go underneath the water. It's such a great detail.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like the worst song in this game is still badass bangers quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the soundtrack is great. The art style is great. They really nailed everything about it. The culmination of the game toward the end really feels epic and like you're coming to a close and you're kind of worried about how it's going to play out. It's like, how is this going to go? Because I have no idea. And then after that, you get the DLC, which some people can't stomach. I get it because it adds some new mechanics that weren't present before the DLC. But the DLC just throws things out of left field. And then by the end of the DLC, it's like, bam, here's how this all ties to the main game. And you're like, I did not see that coming. They handled this game so well. This game is why I'm so excited for Sea of Stars, because the messenger is so
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That Sea of Stars has to be at least as good, right?
And like
That's
even
where
though
I'm
Sea
at.
of Stars is a different genre, it's the same universe as the Messenger. So
Yeah,
you're getting
it's
some
like
of that
the-
Messenger lore.
It's
Yeah.
Masuda did the soundtrack, who did Chrono Trigger and Chrono
Some
Cross.
of it, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I hope
Messenger
Rainbow
like
Dragon Eyes did some of it too, because damn.
Yeah. No, this game is fantastic in terms of like when we look at indie games in the last 5 to 10 years. This has got to be up in the top 3 for me. It's just everything about the movement, the gameplay, the controls, the music. Everything about this game is so fantastic. The only thing is I barely even want to mention it is it kind of opens up in the back half of the game, and it was easy to get lost and not know where to go. But there's like the shopkeeper character who gives hints and that kind of directs you where to go. So as long as you use those, you can get through the game fast enough. But yeah, it's such a great game. I wish there was a sequel to it. I'm glad for Sea of Stars coming, and which is like a Chrono Trigger type of game, and that's fine. But I also really like the platforming in this so much, the bosses and everything. I kind of wish they'd do another one of these, but that's okay. But I really do love the Messenger.
This is
Cyber-
really a game that
Isn't
I
Cyber kind of isn't this the same company that did?
No,
no.
different
Cyber
company, but it's a similar. It's a platforming ninja game.
It's I honestly couldn't tell the difference. So they look very much designed the same way to me.
Yeah.
I believe the messenger was their first outing.
They did a great
and
job.
then
It's a hell of
Sabotage
a,
Studios,
hell of a
yes.
premiere, yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Sea of Stars is their second. So the fact
They
that
didn't
the
make anything
Messenger
else. They've only
is
done
so good, yes,
Just this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's astoundingly good.
it is.
You guys discuss. I'll be back. My choice is the Messenger.
All right. Well, let me do mine then real quick. Because, look, Ninja Kid 2. So, much like your pizza story, Chard, there's a local restaurant I used to go to, and they had a couple arcade machines. They had Miss Pac-Man, which was great, and they had Ninja Kid 2. Was there Ninja Kid 1? Doesn't matter, because number 2 is better in every conceivable way. You're a cute little red ninja kid. You have little shurikens, and the way... Look, it came out in 1987. The graphics are amazingly cartoony and fun. There's countless different enemies and mid-bosses in this game. The music is jamming in every other stage. And the combat itself is why I like it so much. It's kind of like you can move up and down different levels, taking out enemies. Enemies are very easy to kill, but they also shoot shurikens at you as well. And when you both are shooting shurikens back and forth, it's kind of like a tug and war mechanic on who can jam out more shurikens first to kind of beat them back. Kind of like Harry Potter, Voldemort with the wands. It feels like that, but with ninja stars. It's a really fun feeling and a fun mechanic. Okay, we don't mention that game. All right, you're right. Thanks, GP. But it's a really fun. But there's other moves in it, like you can wall jump. There's other weapon power ups. There's really quite a bit to the game. But what really made this fun for me as a kid is it's an arcade game, but there's branching level selections. Every so often you get to pick a card on the table, and that leads to a different set of levels. And the levels could be more different. Some are swimming levels, where you're using a knife to get through. Some are like jumping related, as you bounce from wall to wall. Others have kind of larger, not bosses, but bigger enemies. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic game, start to finish. Whenever somebody says arcade game, this is the one I say you have to play on MAME. I wish they had a copy of it on the Mister. They don't. They have the first game, but it's not nearly as good. But this is a really fun one. I hope nobody sleeps on Ninja Kid 2. I don't want to say hidden gem, but it might be. Because anytime I mention this game, everybody's like, this game is great. I've never heard of it. That's Ninja Kid 2. Nobody's ever heard of it. So,
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either.
Is this a vertical one? Or is it
no,
widescreen?
it's a horizontal one. But there's a lot of verticality in the levels. But it's a horizontal monitor.
I'm watching the video. It looks like there's a lot of
Yeah.
climbing up stages and stuff. I assumed it was going to be a
And some stages are a single screen. Some are a single screen. Some are horizontally long. Others are high up. Like it's a lot of variety in the stages, and it's surprising how many stages there are in this game.
Oh, kind of cool.
So, but that said, my vote is still gonna be for the Messenger, because the Messenger is the best indie game from the last freaking
Just that
5
good.
years, hands down. So I love Ninja Kid 2. I'm pissed off that the brackets went this way.
Wow.
This is my evidence that they're randomized, truly, because I really did not want to have this game lose in the first fucking round. I love Ninja Kid 2, but the Messenger is a far better game across the board.
Game of the year 2022 over Vampire Survivors.
The Messenger?
Good.
The Messenger is definitely better than Vampire Survivors.
Wow.
You know what? If that game
That's all I
came
need
out
to know.
this
No,
year,
you
if it
don't
came
have
out
to
this
continue.
year,
You don't.
if it came out
don't
this
need
year,
any more
it would be
explanation.
contender. Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Like I'm really pumped about Sea of Stars. Like at the point where I don't want to play the demo, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
for
I don't
myself.
either. I've been waiting for Sea of Stars for literally years. It's been in my wish list on Steam for like 3 fucking years.
Yeah, hands
I
down.
just cannot wait. But
Yeah,
I want it because of the Chrono Trigger aspect in it versus the Messenger aspect in it.
Yeah.
So
But the Messenger is a fantastic game. So my vote's going to go for the Messenger. So what about you guys? Who wants to talk next? GP, you want to be fifth?
Yeah, I'll go fifth.
Okay.
Well,
so Star, you go
mine's-
next, and I'll go.
yeah, mine's-
I'll be the
Mine's gonna
second
be-
to last.
Mine's going to be short. I watched the videos of both. I haven't played either. And while I want to try Ninja Kid / Rad Action, I think I want to play the Messenger. And so that's the difference. And so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to vote the Messenger.
Yep. That's why I figured to go. Char, what about
All
you?
right, Shard, you and I are free to say whatever the hell we want.
That's right.
I've been watching a video outside of what Jake was showing of Ninja Kid 2, and it reminds me very much of Bubble Bobble, which is
I
Yeah.
had the same
a
thought.
game that I loved growing up and was playing as a kid.
Same art style.
I feel like this would be a lot of fun to play. I like the climbing walls aspect. I like the hanging from stuff. He's got the bombs and the boomerangs and all that stuff. Some of the the mini boss fights he was doing looked really, really cool. Um, and the messenger is Ninja Gaiden on crack. It is a
Yeah.
spectacular gameplay. Neither of these I have personally played myself, or do I own. No, I do own the messenger. Actually, I do have the messenger. I got it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I've not played it myself because it looked too damn hard for little old me in my
You?
RPGs. But I'm not sleeping on it. I will go with the messenger out of the two of these ones because I've watched numerous people play it and it looks cool as hell. And I like the platforming puzzles and the different, like, I've watched a lot of people die playing the messenger, trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And it's really, really cool to watch it and watch the pieces come together as you're figuring out which platform to jump to and which thing propels you from one to the other and the upgrades you get. And I freaking love the store clerk guy. That guy
Oh, he's
kills
great.
me
Yeah.
all the time. The humor in the messenger is spot freaking on. And when you actually get somewhere, and not knowing this from personal feeling, but watching people successfully get from one point to another in this game makes you feel like a freaking badass. And that's the one thing about these ninja games that I like, is that when you get the flow and you start feeling the mechanics, you feel freaking amazing at these games, and you just like tear through levels and do all this stuff. I have to go with the messenger. I mean, it's incredibly well done, and I'm putting my hat on that one.
Yeah, I'll keep mine short. The messenger is going to sweep the category. The flavor of Ninja Gaiden with an amazing narrative, a dope ass soundtrack, and puzzles. Like, the only way they could have made Ninja Gaiden better is if there had been more puzzle aspect to it. So for this to be that so wonderfully balanced and well executed, and being their first outing, I mean, it's going to be hard to knock this one off the list at all, let alone, I mean, Ninja Kid 2, which I don't have anything bad to say. The game looks fun and interesting and cute. But yeah, it's going to be the messenger for me. So swept.
And those boss fights in the messenger are cool.
They're
I
all
like
fantastic. Yeah.
big Elden Ring fan. Big boss fights are kind of things that I love to watch. So I love to watch the boss fights on the game. It's really cool.
Get out of
El-
here.
Wait, Elden
Get out
what?
of here with your boss fights.
Yeah.
I've never
Boss
heard of
fights.
this. I've never heard of this game. Elden Rung?
Oh, you haven't? It's a hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem. Yeah. Never heard of that one.
Do I need to put in my 2-week notice, or how does this work?
All right. Well,
I know Goemon's out. I'm sorry, chat.
all right. Ninja Kid 2, also known as Red Action. You should play it, but it loses to the messenger for sure.
It's
That makes
so
sense.
rad.
It's so rad.
It might be
Two.
rad action.
Oh boy.
2.
Ninja Kid also.
Okay.
Who wants to vote for Wolf in the next bracket?
He'll be back by then. Don't worry. Okay. So the next matchup, we knew we needed one of the games from this franchise in this tournament. It was kind of tricky to determine which one, though. But ultimately, we went with Shinobi on the Master System. The Genesis one, Genesis, the third game is fantastic. Shinobi, the second game in Genesis, has a lot of copyright infringement bosses. They're funny. But the original on the Master System has a lot of writing gameplay. So that's the one we went with. And it's up against, we talked about earlier, Cyber Shadow, another indie ninja game. But it could be more different than The Messenger, where The Messenger was a puzzly platforming wonder. Cyber Shadow is very much about the combat, and it's like a challenge. It's a lot harder of a game, but they're both fantastic. So it's Cyber Shadow versus Shinobi on the Master System. Who wants to start?
Wolf normally
Sure.
does.
Sure.
Sure.
So if I remember right, I watched Wolf play Cyber Shadow. And honestly, I know you say it's about the combat, but it looked like it had a fair amount of puzzles too, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. But there's a place in my heart, and I know we're saying Shinobi on the Master System, but I played Shinobi on the Genesis, and I love that game. that game is to me. To me, it's like the better version of Ninja Gaiden, and I know that's throwing like some shade here.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
But
about that.
No,
I mean, I
it
like-
felt like
Sorry
to
about
me
that.
to me Shinobi was like the ninja game when I was growing up. I had to go to my friend's house to play it on his Genesis, and I know we're talking the Master System, but I tried the Master System one. They are basically the same games, right? Same mechanisms, same mechanics, etc. Just different graphics and whatnot. But I absolutely adore Shinobi. I adore throwing ninja stars at people. Yeah, I'm going with Shinobi.
Sea of Ninja Stars. There we go.
Nice
Fair.
one. So Wolf, we're talking about Shinobi on the Master System versus Cyber Shadow, the indie game.
Hmm.
I love this. I'm sorry. go
Am I
ahead.
the tiebreaker and I'm coming in
No.
not
No,
knowing
No,
what
no,
I'm
we
doing?
just started.
I haven't gone
No.
yet.
I am number one. I have gone number one.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Shinobi 1.
Really?
I
But
think
you're the
I
Master
mostly-
System guy.
yeah.
I thought you
I
would have
know.
liked this
I mostly
one.
played. I've played it a little, but I've mostly
Okay.
played Shinobi's 2 and 3.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Revenge of Shinobi was the one I played most, and that was on Genesis. But I have fond memories of playing that as a child. Gosh, you know what though? I feel like Shinobi set a tone for ninja games, and
Mhm.
Cyber Shadow didn't do enough new stuff for me to lean that way. I think I gotta go Shinobi on this one.
Okay. All right. I guess
I
let
mean,
me
to
go.
be fair,
Go
hang
ahead.
on. To be fair, Wolf, I spun up Shinobi on the Master System on my Mister a couple days ago, but most of my basis is actually from the Genesis Shinobi games. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Well, so for me, when I first played Cyber Shadow, I almost skipped it. I saw the price of it and like, I'm not paying for that. And then Game Pass. It was on Microsoft Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. And I was already paying for that anyway. So I got to play this game for free, quote unquote. And I'm so disappointed myself for not giving it a shot earlier, because this game is fantastic. We talked earlier about feeling like a badass when you're playing a game with solid tight controls and fun power-ups, and you feel like a badass when you get through an encounter. That's Cyber Shadow. When you beat Cyber Shadow at the end of that game, that final boss, it may have taken me like 20 tries because this game is hard. But when I finally beat it, I felt like a freaking god of platforming. Enough that I went and took out Ninja Gaiden and tried to play that and died. But this is the game where it was so good, it felt so good. I'm like, if I can beat this, surely I can beat Ninja Gaiden. No, but I beat Cyber Shadow. It's fantastic. I also didn't really appreciate it until I started looking at a few other NES games. This game is definitely influenced by Ninja Gaiden for sure, but also other NES games like Power Blade or Shatterhand. Oh, did I lose everybody? I did. Oops.
All right, we're back.
Oh,
we're back.
we're back.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Oh.
Okay.
It wouldn't be
Oh,
a stream
Aaron.
without some
For the
technical
messenger.
issues. It's okay.
I guess so.
All right. So just to say, with are we still live on the YouTube? Making sure.
yes,
Looks
I
like
can
it,
see
yes.
it. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
Sorry
all
about that,
out
guys.
of whack. We're all out of whack.
Yeah, we
Oh,
are a
are
little
we?
wacky.
There you go. We're fixed. Well, I'll fix that in a minute.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Cyber Shadow, though, it wears its influences on sleeve, like Shatterhand, Power Blade, and then, yes, Ninja Gaiden. But there's a lot of great NES platformers that influence the style and the mechanics of this game. And it wasn't until I played those other NES games that I appreciated Cyber Shadow even more. The other reason I love this game is difficult, but before every boss or every difficult screen, there's like a power-up dispenser, and you have to unlock the power-ups so you can save your currency and not unlock anything. But if you're stuck in an area, you can unlock power-ups that are relevant to that area, like a shield that may get you through a tricky part with a lot of bullets or something. So that accessibility to kind of like take the help when you need it at the expense of currency was really interesting to me, and I love that quite a bit. This is also the first game of this guy. I think his name is Metaskull on Twitter. It's a one-man operation. He did have some help from Yacht Club Games, the guys who did Shovel Knight, when it came to QA and publishing, but he developed this game on his own. I know he's working another title after this one. I'm curious to see what he does. I do like Cyber Shadow quite a bit. Shinobi, I never played it as a
very
kid.
good.
Yeah. Never played Shinobi as a kid. I think it's interesting with the different like power-ups you have. I think the variety of enemies is really cool. The controls, not quite as good as I would like it to be, but it's kind of the same from that franchise, right? Shinobi and the Genesis had that same stiffer controls. Not bad, it's just not my style. What I do like, though, is the bonus stage with the Ninja Stars. That's cool as hell, and that's one of the reasons why I think this is probably better than the other Genesis games, because this had that. Those Genesis games didn't have that mini game. The idea of throwing Ninja Stars, it sounds silly, but that's a fun bonus game. I like that a lot. So I'm all about multiple gameplay in a game. That's why I like Circus Charlie so much. So, but I think for me, it's hands down, it's Cyber Shadow. I can't see myself picking.
Get out your bingo
Shinobi.
cards.
Yeah. It's not trash. I didn't say hot trash, but Cyber Shadow for me.
But Circus Charlie has been mentioned.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you guys. All right.
Okay. I guess
Who wants
it's my
to?
turn.
Who's
So
next?
you guys picked not the Shinobi I like. There's literally one Shinobi out there, and I told you in the MPs, the one that I really like, that is also extremely difficult, but it's still a lot of fun. Was the Shinobi for the PS2. I could not stand Shinobi on this Genesis or on the Master System. Not a fan. Too stiff for me. Yes, the Ninja Stars throwing stage, the bonus stage stuff, really, really cool. Upon watching and dabbling in our previous discussed game, that's the one. Cyber Shadow is. I'm all in on it. It's got the callbacks to the Ninja Gaiden. It's got callbacks to several other artistically driven games from the NES era. It's smooth. The mechanics feel good. And like Jake says, the reason I like the Shinobi on the PlayStation 2 is because it makes you feel like a badass when you figure out the mechanics and you get all the stuff up. I felt so dope playing both of these versions of the games that I felt unstoppable, that I went and played Ninja Gaiden and then badged it on retro achievements. So
La-di-da, Mr.
yeah.
RH Evo guy.
There is that. But in all seriousness, Cyber Shadow, what is that, GP? I've watched you play the game where you're the big robot that you can switch gravity and go up and down, and it's the one shot.
Metal
Mystical
Storm.
Ninja
Metal Storm.
Goemon. Metal Storm.
Metal Storm?
Metal Storm.
Yeah,
Storm.
Igio Goemon. Yeah. I get a lot of artistic style of Metal Storm, which I like that artistic style. I got the gameplay of like a beefed up, cleaner looking Ninja Gaiden. It's just cool, and the fact that I thought it was the same people from the Messenger. You could have fooled me if you were like, yeah, they totally both did it. They look the same, but with like a lot more serious driven, a lot more, like you said, combat driven, while the Messenger was a lot more, had its tongue-in-cheek moments and a lot more platforming puzzles. This is still platforming puzzles, still difficult, but it's very much driven on fighting the enemies off and getting through them, as opposed to how do I get from point A to point B, and with some shit in the way. So I'm going, my vote's Cyber Shadow on this run. It's an impressive game. I really do like it.
So tiebreaker then, huh?
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Okay. So I'll say a few things. Again, I'll try to keep it short and concise for the sake of time. I still, to this day, at least without knowing, have never played anything from the Master System. Now, I believe when we put the list together, Shinobi was the one I had suggested. I didn't realize it was a Master System game. The only version I had ever played was the Black Cart Tengen version for the NES. It's a fun game. I've got the nostalgia for it, which typically is enough to kind of push me over the edge and say that's the one I want. You guys have nailed it. The controls are kind of clunky. The boss fights are memorable, which I like. The bonus round, with the throwing stars, super dope. That said, Cyber Shadow is going to take it for me. It's not just a game that is a love letter to the things, like you said, it wears the influences on the sleeve, which is fine. whenever somebody does that, though, I always want them to kind of add or improve upon the things that make the game what it is, or those influences. We used to play like a horse type basketball game growing up where somebody makes a shot and then you've got to do that same shot, but you got to kind of add a different flair to it and then make that. And that's kind of what this does. It executes well what it was influenced by, but it also kicks it up a notch and says, this is what I can contribute to those other things that came before me. And I like that a lot. I think it did it well. I do feel weird voting for 2 indie games back to back, but that's just how it falls. So yeah, Ninja Kid 2. Cyber
Hidden
Shadow.
gem.
So
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so Shinobi the Master System, even though it started a franchise of great games, they're well loved, but compared to Cyber Shadow is the better ninja game, and that moves on. Okay, our next matchup is
if you'd picked Shinobi for PlayStation 2, it would have been all over.
Yeah, I know.
That red scarf, dude. That thing is so sick. Oh my god, the design of this game is brilliant.
Yeah, it's the thing with Ninja Gaiden. There is a bunch on the Xbox as well, and it's just I don't know. Did it translate well to 3D? I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Next
Now
up,
you know.
Next up is Strider 2. Surprisingly, not on the PS2. It's on the
Speaking
PS1.
of red scarves,
Yeah, there you go. Versus Sega's The Ninja on the Sega Master System, another Master System game. Wolf, do you want to start this off? Because I know you're a big fan of the Sega Ninja on the
Of
Master
both!
System. Both?
both.
I didn't think you
Damn
played
it.
Strider. Oh, right, you own it.
Hello. God.
Right. Forgot. You showed me the card. Okay, all right.
Ay,
Okay.
All right.
Well.
So Strider 2 is the one we're going with, right? Strider 2
Yeah.
on the PS2 on the PS1. Okay.
Yes.
Strider 2 on the PS1 is spectacular. It is a great platforming game where Strider can basically hit you. He can climb on anything, basically. It's really cool design that he can just be like on the ceiling, the walls, whatever. Doesn't matter if it's flat, diagonal. He just
There's your
cruises
Metal
around.
Storm.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This game is a lot of fun. It's visually striking. I have not beaten it though because it's a pretty long game for being the type of game that it is. Because I don't think it was actually an arcade game. I think it's just inspired by arcade style.
I think so, yeah.
And so it's a pretty beefy game. I kind of stop playing after I hit a certain chunk of time and then I don't go back. I don't know why. I just don't. It might be that I'm trying to accomplish things in each stage or find stuff. I couldn't tell you. The Ninja on Master System is one of the earliest games I ever played. It is really cool. Like, and Jake pointed something out that I wasn't really thinking of, but it's kind of a shoot 'em up style. Very
Yeah, it's a
shmup.
shmup.
And
It's very schmeppy, yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of fun in that it's just your character looks so doofy, which
Just say, look
it
at the
kind of
Mincy
adds
hammer
to the
pants he's
charm
got
about
there.
it. I know, right? It adds kind of to the charm to it. But also, when you go back to this game's origins, it was not called the Ninja in Japan. It was actually Ninja Princess. And so the main character was a girl.
Huh.
Mhm.
And so, of course, when they brought that to the West, they were like, "Oh no, we're not going to sell a game if a girl is the hero." So they redressed the game to be a little bit more boyish looking, I guess, as far as the sprites.
They didn't
So
they
all
didn't
the
do a very good
backgrounds, I
job.
believe, are the same. Right,
This
but-
scene here looks very Oregon Trail, but with ninja
It
stars.
does.
You can only bring back 400 pounds of ninja.
400 pounds of dog that you've killed in the field.
But
That's good.
this game was super cool, and it mixes things up. Like it's got the traditional, run and gun up. It's got levels where you're going sideways. It's got a diagonal stage or two. There's a Frogger style level where you're hopping back and forth between logs
Really?
and trying
Oh.
to attack the enemies on the other logs and not get taken off the screen because you have to stay on the screen. So the logs go back and forth. So you have to time where you're going, and it gets pretty challenging.
There you go.
There you go. It's a really cool game. and I feel like it's one of those games that that Sega sort of let fall to the wayside, unfortunately. Kind of like they did with a few of their early properties, like Alex Kidd. They have stuff that has a strong foundation, and then they didn't do much with it after that, which is unfortunate. But
He's
yeah, the
he's
Ninja
fording a
is-
river.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but tell me this isn't Oregon Trail, but with one ninja.
Okay.
Looks
Oregon
like he's
Trail
gonna
led to
do the log
diarrhea.
rolling thing from World Games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like Ikari Warriors, but if it were a ninja. That's-
Damn it! I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting for my
Sorry.
turn, and I was going to say, "Look, I've already played Ikari Warriors."
But this is so much better than Ikari Warriors. The only downside is it's not 2 players at the same time. That's
No,
the
it's not
difference.
better than Ikari Warriors because Ikari
Yeah, it
Warriors you
is.
have the spinner, so you can aim differently than where you're moving.
He can aim differently. You see.
You can pivot.
Oh, and then where you're
Pivot.
moving, yeah. But
Pivot.
he aims.
Pivot.
How does
All
this
right.
game handle dysentery?
About as
I
well as
think-
everybody else handles dysentery.
I think I'm likely to be the only one to vote for it, but I gotta vote with the ninja.
Okay.
You broke your bow staff fording the river.
Sister, what about you? Have you played either of these games?
I have not, but well, Wolf says that he thinks he's going to be the only one that's going to vote for the ninja. I'm actually going to vote for the ninja, even though I said I've already played Ikari Warriors. And really, what it was is it was the Frogger level that sold me.
Yeah, I didn't realize that level was there. That's actually really, really interesting. More than I
mean-
thought there was in this game.
Strider looks great, and walking on your hands while still attacking people, holy shit! But I'm going Oregon Trail Ikari Warriors Frogger.
Okay. I'll go then, Chard. I have not played much of Strider 2. The only reason I like this character is because of Marvel versus Capcom. Strider is in that game, and he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite characters in that fighting game. I didn't realize he was actually Strider from the old game, because as a kid I played the NES Strider, which is nothing like this.
Right.
This game looks dope as hell. I mean, it looks really frantic, really fun. I want to play it, but I just don't have any nostalgia for this one, really, outside of liking the character design. I have played, actually, because of Wolf, a heck of a lot of Sega's The Ninja on the Mister. And once I realized it was just a shmup, I got really into it. I'm actually in my shmups phase. That's what I'm in right now. Playing a lot of shooters. So I actually like Sega and the Ninja more than Strider 2, although I do want to play Strider. There's actually a reboot of this game, or a sequel. I don't know what it is. I think 2014, and it's on Steam. I picked it up for $5, and I actually want to play that version of Strider quite a bit. But that's not what's on this bracket. It's Strider 2, and I think Sega the Ninja is the one I'm going to vote for as well.
Wow.
So,
All right,
Chard?
Shard, once again, you and I can say whatever we want.
I like
I
flat
echo that.
pattern colors. I like poorly outlined characters. No, I don't mean to talk shit. I'm just mad because it's gonna lose. I like my ninja games to make me feel like a badass, and Strider 2 delivers on all fronts of that feeling. You feel Strider's a dope character, like Jake said, he's awesome in Marvel and Capcom, but I love the Strider series. I've played quite a few of them.
You mean
I
you
have
don't
not
want
had
to feel like a
chance to
ninja
play Strider.
princess? You don't want to be a pretty
No, I don't wanna
princess
feel
who's
like a ninja-
deadly?
I don't want to feel like a ninja
You're
princess
missing out.
at all. I want to feel like I can walk on my hands and still attack people, and do flips and shit on a flying metal dragon looking thing, whilst battling another person who has the same abilities that I do. No, I'm Strider 2. I think that game looks absolutely incredible, and I know we rated. I'm going to give her a shout out to Rockstar Lexi the other day, who
Really
was
fun.
doing the retro achievements for this game. And upon watching that, I found myself completely like mesmerized by all the cool stuff she was doing. It's got a little ADHD kind of feel to it though, because it feels like you do a bunch of stuff and then the game and then it ends, and then it goes to the next thing, and you do a bunch, the action's crazy, and then stops, and it goes to the same thing. And I don't know if it was because of specific achievements she was trying to get that just seemed like, but it's timed. So like a lot of the stuff she was doing, you could see like she has to get it done within a certain amount of time or whatever as the achievements go. So she was moving extremely quickly while playing the game, but it looks cool. I'm on Strider 2 100%. Um, the other one just looks it's very blah to me, unfortunately, and I'm sorry. If I had some nostalgia that hung on that I can hang my hat on, maybe possibly, but if I'm the flashy guy. I like the lights and the brightness and all the quick stuff and all that crap. So, if you're gonna put bells and whistles all over it, I'm gonna be attracted to it a lot more.
Yeah, I think I got to go with Strider also. Between the two, I'm kind of shocked that this one is losing. I don't know that I would have put the Ninja even ahead of like Shinobi. You know what I mean? So the thing is, looking at Strider, and we talked about Metal Storm earlier. Got the upside down mechanic. You've got the parallax effect for the background. You've got overly animated explosions. The thing is, between these two games, Strider makes me feel like a ninja. He's executing all this dope ass shit. Whereas, the Ninja, okay, you've got ninja stars, but it's a shmup. And I don't want to disparage that, and I don't want to say anything bad about it, but maybe it's because I haven't played the Ninja, but Strider, hands down.
Okay.
I'm sure both are great, but yeah, give me
it's
the thing that
silly.
makes me feel like a ninja.
A ninja.
Like I'm doing the
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Strider's got that iconic sword art cut like animation
Right.
that he has literally through Genesis versions all the way through everything, and it's so iconic, and it's so cool to watch it just go shing 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 because he does the
Yeah.
same the same thing in the Marvel stuff. It just like GP said, it just you feel like a badass playing that game. So,
And I feel like if I were in a room and I had to go through the Strider character, I don't know that I'm going to win, but if I've got to find a way to elude the ninja, maybe.
my
It was the
chances are
same thing
good.
with Batman. Everybody wants
But
to say
what
that
if
Michael
you're-
Keaton is like the definitive Batman, and Michael Keaton's a good Batman, and this is how I used to explain this. If I run into Michael Keaton in a dark alleyway, I might be able to take him. If I run into Christian Bale in an alleyway, I'm going to lose that fight.
He'll mess you up.
But what if
So,
you're
I don't know.
what if you're a log on a river?
I guess I didn't think of it like that. Can I change my answer? No, it's still Strider.
No,
Let's move on.
wow, that's a big shock
No.
to me.
Yeah,
That's a bigger shock to me than the first bracket was. So
Yeah,
Whatever.
agreed.
yeah, I didn't expect Sinistar to go with a ninja. I thought it'd just be me and Wolf on this one. So, I'm kind of
at
surprised
least it
that went
wasn't
that way.
arbitrary. At least it wasn't arbitrary, right, Sinistar? That's got to make the win feel better.
It wasn't William fucking Shahatner.
It's nice when we don't need a tiebreaker. All right.
It wasn't William fucking Shahatner. So
All right.
I at
so,
least gave 3 reasons for this one.
Shatner
That's
cereal.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Strider 2 versus Sega's The
Shatter
Ninja.
copy.
The Sega The Ninja wins. I did not expect that one. All right. Our next bracket is Tenchu
Good trail.
Stealth Assassins versus Ninja Gaiden on the NES.
Jeez.
All right.
So I only played the demo of Tenchu, so I really can't speak on it, but it looks good. And what I played of it was
was fun,
fun,
but it was
and
tough.
it's the stealth mechanics, right? That pre Metal Gear Solid stealth gameplay, which is pretty great. But Ninja Gaiden it's fucking Ninja Gaiden. It's like the
Ninja.
ninja game.
I want to go first on this one.
Go for it.
Okay. My vote is Tenchu. For one reason, and that is accidental wall grab.
Oh Jesus! Did my playthrough really piss you off that much that you
I
went
have
with that
watched everybody play that, and they accidentally grab the wall and get absolutely just fucked in that game. And Tenchu,
6-2 is no joke.
I have played Tenchu, and it's a glorious game. It is one of the few stealth games I like. I do not like stealth games, and that is one of the few stealth games I like. So, yeah.
Have you ever gone to
GPI
the refrigerator at 3 a.m.?
It's been a long time.
It's a stealth game.
It's been a very long time.
All
But
right.
GP, I don't know if you heard because you tossed your headphone. I said, for one reason, accidental wall grab.
You're cutting in and out. I don't know what's going on.
All right. That's
Didn't
fine.
you too? Okay, I get it.
You
So that's
want
me.
to talk about playing a game where you feel like a ninja? It is hands down Tenchu.
Yeah.
Tenchu has you going around, stealthing around compounds, entire compounds, like sneaking around the walls, getting up on the rooftops, jumping over the walls, like knocking on the walls to lure people, and then going
Yeah.
around hiding. Like it does all that before Metal Gear did. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
it is so good at what it does. And it's so much fun to just keep playing. Even when you're having a bad time in the game, you're still like, oh, this is going to be cool doing it again. Like when you fail, it's frustrating. But then you get to go do all of it again, and it's so much fun to do over and over. It's a blast.
That and
Tenchu,
it has horrible sounding blood fall on the ground. And that's nostalgia for me. That's nostalgia. Anyway.
yeah, Tenchu has got to be my vote on this one as well. Like it's just so cool. The first time I saw this game was at an import store months before it came to the West,
I'm
and
gonna walk out of this room.
everybody in that room it was a little import store. There was like 10
Walk
people
out
in
of
that
this room.
store. One guy popped it in because he wanted to try it before he bought it, and everybody gathered around like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And so when it finally came to the West, I was like, I gotta play this, and I loved it.
Okay.
Why
It
do I have
just
anxiety?
showed-
Why
it
do
just
I have
showed-
nervousness about where this is going?
Because you know
Just
that Jake is gonna do this weird off the cusp selection and be like, "Well, I didn't expect Sinistar to pick Chinchu. How
Okay,
I
weird."
thought
fine.
I was
You know
gonna
what?
be
I'll
doing
go
one of
last.
the
That's
sitting
fine. I'll go
here
last.
with
Jared,
our
what do you
Ninja
think?
Gaiden pants hanging out of our asses and don't understand how it couldn't get to the next damn bracket.
All
I
right,
just
Jared, you
watched
go
on the
next. You
video.
tell me how good
I
Tenchu
just-
is. Go for it.
I just watched on the video sneaking up behind a guy and slicing their neck. I mean, what is more ninja? What is
Ninjas
more
don't
ninja?
do that.
Ninja
Oh,
Gaiden.
Ninjas
is
get
pretty
hit by owls
freaking
and
ninja.
fly back 5 feet and then have
Look.
to do it again.
look, I
That's
can
a real
call,
ninja.
That's my ninja.
I can call my car a
Not
ninja.
my
It doesn't
ninja.
make it a ninja.
Is it a Suzuki?
Yeah.
Ninja
Totally
Wait a
ninja.
minute. You mean to
Gaiden.
tell that
Maybe.
statue?
is ninja. It's Ninja Gaiden, guys. It is
Mhm.
when you think ninja games, everybody thinks Ninja Gaiden first and foremost. It
That's
is
just because everybody knows it. That's not because it's a
Fine.
great
that it's
game.
popular because it's good.
It's good.
It's a
But it's
tough
known for
freaking
being
game.
good.
It was hard, and I beat it, and I was super pumped.
Is
Then I
that what
went
this
back
is,
and
Chart?
badged it. It's a
Is that what this
great,
is?
challenging game.
We feel like we beat it, so we feel obligated to flex and be like, no,
Probably.
that's going to be it.
I
I'm
mean,
with
That'll
you.
be it.
I said that TMNT, the arcade game, had extorted me out of money. So if I didn't pay for, if I didn't
No.
say it was good, I was.
I didn't play this game for all these decades, for 36 years before beating it, just to lose to Tenchu.
40.
My dad didn't
40.
slave over a hot Ninja Gaiden for 60 years.
Just
Ninja
say
Gaiden
I
was
want to
fun.
have Tenchu. All right, so who's going next?
Tenchu looks like when he runs around that he shit his pants and he's trying to find a bathroom and he has to kill people to
He's
get to
holding
the
his
next to literally fucking drop his loaf. Okay.
What's more ninja?
When you're Ninja Gaiden, you're
Loaf?
fucking killing it. You are killing it. Ninja Gaiden is awesome. Accidental wall grabs aside, there was a wall grab involved, and that was pretty cool for the NES. Feeling like an absolute badass when you are fucking just darting through levels once you obviously get the patterns and everything learned down. It's fun. It's a great game. It's freaking Ninja Gaiden. The
Talk
fact
about the
that it's
soundtrack.
not even going to go past this
Tell 'em about the
goddamn
soundtrack.
bracket blows my mind. The soundtrack's a
about the
banger, except
soundtrack.
for
Thank
6-2.
you.
I could probably hum that thing in my fucking sleep because I lived there for so long. But
Yeah.
it's Ninja Gaiden, guys. You can't. You get the spins. You get spin slash all the way home. You take the spin slash all the way home. and you're
Forever.
done. Game's over.
The
It is
entire
you can cheese it?
franchise.
Oh, so you
There
can cheese
are-
it?
There are not many missteps in that franchise.
I beat all the
Ninja
bosses
Gaiden
with that, by
2.
the way.
Great game.
You know,
Ninja Gaiden 3. Great
Great
game. The other Ninja Gaidens in the newer platforms. Good to great games.
Sigma, Black. I played those. I
Sigma,
played
yeah.
those. Great games.
Yeah.
Both
great games.
all difficult, but still very fun. I can't believe we're here. I cannot believe this is happening right now.
So you're voting.
I'm going to
Tenchu,
read
right?
this real quick. I'm watching chat, and actually somebody mentioned something that is a hot take, but interesting. Tell me what you think. If Ryu didn't spin when jumping, this would just be Castlevania.
kinda.
I mean, sure, whatever. Doesn't matter.
I never
It's still
thought of it.
Ninja Gaiden.
I know you guys hate
It's-
Castlevania.
It's Castlevania if Belmont could run.
Yeah, because Ninja Gaiden's
That's
faster
fair.
by far. But yeah,
Yeah.
that
So I'm
knockback.
going to go ahead and
though,
go with
that
Ninja
knockback
Gaiden.
is pretty awful. I gotta say. Go ahead,
It's-
GP.
it's
you're,
awesome.
you're next.
No, that's it. I basically gave my opinions while Chard was giving his. I had
Okay.
his back. So
We
Ninja
grew-
Gaiden
we
for
grew-
the win.
we
Let's
grew
move
our
on.
selection.
let's move on.
All right. So for me, so again, I only played the demo of Tenchu, but having played the demo, I think that makes me more than qualified to talk about it. Like, look, I'm not a big fan of the PlayStation. I think a lot of the PlayStation games graphics are awful and have not held up at all. Tenchu, though, surprisingly still looks good. Even though it's obviously very blocky, it's PlayStation era. But there's textures. There's actually textures on things, which you can't be said for a lot of PlayStation games. It actually looks nice. Pixelated blood and all that. And it's also, when you say like ninja movies and that kind of genre, yeah, Tenchu feels more on brand for a real ninja. But when we're
The
talking about
birds
ninja,
respawn. The birds respawn.
I don't think there's birds in Tenchu, which is
Do
probably
I
a
need to get
benefit.
loud?
Yeah, like
The birds in Ninja Gaiden are ass. The owls in the ice level, fuck those owls or hawks.
How do we
whatever.
feel about ice levels?
Yeah, fuck every ice
They're
level.
great.
Whole
ever.
nother
They're fine.
episode.
They're fine.
That might be an
Just
episode.
say the thing. Just rip the band-aid off.
had you
Fuck
guys
every ice
said,
level ever.
had it been Ninja Gaiden the arcade game, I think I might have been torn. But
No,
Ninja Gaiden NES.
the arcade
Yeah!
game's trash. The arcade
let's
game's
go ahead and just-
trash.
Let's just
It's
go ahead
the
and put
Lynx
a
game.
nail
It's so
in
much
it
better.
and close that coffin. And then
You
let's
just-
go back
yeah,
to
can we
talking
just-
about how great Sega's The Ninja or The Kid or whatever it was
Over
is.
Strider.
Please. Let's
Over
just-
Strider.
Maybe this is the hidden gem thing again, and I don't really fully understand the assignment because come on, fellas.
All right. So anyway, Tenchu looks fantastic. The graphics are good. The gameplay is very interesting. It's stealth. It helped define the stealth genre again before Metal Gear, which gets a lot of credit for that. There was Tenchu, so there's a lot of respect there. Now, on the other hand, you got Ninja Gaiden. I fucking had a year watching Arcus speedrun that game. Felt like I could play it myself. Failed. But the game is a lot of fun to play. And it's Ninja fucking Gaiden on Nintendo. It's like the ninja game on the NES.
Don't do this to me. This
When
is
we made this list, there was 2 games in this
Hey.
list I knew had to be here.
I will stop
Okay.
giving you shit for a full week if we go
Whoa,
and play this.
whoa! No bribes.
Let me
No
finish.
bribes.
no bribes.
When this list was put together, there's 2 games I had to be on this list, and one was fucking Tenchu because it is the PlayStation era stealth ninja game, and there's nothing quite like it, like ever, right? Like every ninja game since then kind of omits the stealth aspect of ninja. Tenchu has it, so Tenchu is the one, and the other one was Ninja Gaiden on the NES. It's like the ninja game that everybody's familiar with. So it's those 2 games. So that said, I mentioned about the 2 indie games, Cyber Shadow, The Messenger. I fucking love them. And the same thing, when I beat those, I could beat these. I got to go and play Ninja Gaiden because it motivated me to go back to try and beat Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was very close to being my Sisyphean game this year over Battletoads. I love Ninja Gaiden, and I want to beat it someday. Tenchu, I want to play it. I have no desire to beat it. Honestly, as neat as it is, I'm just not a PlayStation guy. So for me, it's Ninja Gaiden. You can okay.
This
Don't
is
have a
the
stroke.
most
Wait.
March
Wait.
Madness feeling. Whew.
Wait, what is it that Jimbo
Team
says?
just made it out of the 16.
What is it that Jimbo says? Rigged.
Right.
The
He
hand
also
is
says
writ. Let's
it's
move
not
on.
ridiculous.
Let's move on. Ballots cast. We're doing it. What's the next one?
All right.
I like
so
it. No. You can't
Ninja
throw,
Gaiden
if you
over
run the
Tenchu?
next play, he can't throw the flag. Run the next play, he can't throw the
Yeah.
flag.
All right. Last of the preliminary brackets, and then we're gonna motor through those semis. We have to. All right. So Ninja Gaiden beats Tenchu. That was a good one though. Last of the
bullshit.
preliminaries.
It's bullshit.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is a modern take on Ninja Turtles, versus fucking brackets. Fruit Ninja
Oh, God.
VR.
All right,
Okay.
let's move on.
Yeah,
we know.
Let's
I
move
think we
I
know.
on.
think all
Okay.
5 of us
You
can
want-
agree on this one.
You want to motor
We
Shredder's
all
through
played
Revenge.
it together.
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's
Okay.
Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge.
Look, I like Shredder's Revenge. I played through it twice with you guys. How many times have you played it since? Me?
75. No, I
No.
have actually.
Really?
Bullshit. I played it
Yes.
for a charity event. Yes.
I played it for co-op with my friends on one of our Sunday church video games.
Really? I have
Yes.
not touched
I played
this
it
game.
I played it
since
for the
then.
last DGMW charity event they just had.
Okay. Let me tell you
I
about a
sang
game.
Christmas song.
Let me tell you about a game. Fruit
Here's the
Ninja.
story.
Okay. Fruit
Of a
Ninja,
lovely
when it first
lady.
came out on mobile, was one of the first addictive games on mobile. When they brought this to VR, my mind was fucking blown. Like,
Sure.
I have an Oculus Quest. I'm going to point at my shelf. I have 3 VR headsets behind me. 2 of them can run Fruit Ninja
Wow.
VR.
Big roller.
Yeah, look at me.
I love the story to Fruit Ninja. I love the plot. I love how the characters advance and grow.
Are you trying to tell me there's plot to Shredder's Revenge? Really? That game is light on
You have to
everything.
defeat Shredder.
It's fun.
He's
But
trying to
there's no plot.
revenge.
Revenge.
The plot
anyway.
is in the title.
Fruit Ninja VR. I play that every other weekend with my kids. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play. It's different every time. It's challenging. It's like an arcadey game. Fruit
don't
Ninja
have
VR
to
is
buy new
fantastic,
lamps.
and it's one of like a handful of VR games where I can point and say, Beat Saber, Les Mills Body Combat, and fucking Fruit Ninja VR. Those are like the 3 games that are fantastic in VR, and not enough people get a chance to play this. Maybe that defines it as a hidden gem. I don't know. But it feels like one because it's fun to play and nobody ever talks about Fruit Ninja VR.
I'm not qualified to
You're
talk
gonna
about
just
that.
completely ignore Half-Life
I-
Alex in that whole
Do
VR
you want to
discussion?
know
never
why
played
I have never even considered Fruit Ninja VR? And do you want to know why? It's because it was based on a shitty mobile game
It wasn't
that
shitty.
had no business
Shitty.
being as popular as it was.
You
I
don't
love
want to
you, Wolf,
swipe right?
So much.
Come on. Everybody
So
likes to
much.
swipe right. Anyway,
Wow.
Team and T,
Yeah,
I have
Shredder's
never
Revenge.
felt more like a ninja than I have
This is-
chopping produce.
Okay, do you know why I'm going to disqualify Fruit Ninja from the list? Because the original name for Fruit Ninja was not Fruit Ninja; it was Asshole with a Knife. Okay, it requires no training or ninja skills.
Well,
It is fun.
Wait.
No, I'm
Didn't
not
we all-
taking that away. I'm not saying it's a shit game. I'm saying Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge is the better ninja game. That's
Didn't
my
we
vote.
all see this movie Blind Fury in the 80s where it was like slicing, like fruit?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're some asshole with a knife. Yeah.
I have to do
All
enough
right.
fruit cutting at home. I don't like to do it on my phone.
I don't like
Fruit
chore
Ninja.
simulators. Yeah.
The developers of Fruit Ninja were like, I loved Gallagher, but we need to update the spiel.
And it works.
Do you ever play
It's
the
good.
sequel?
Yeah.
Who's going to clean
His
this fucking mess up?
slide-o-matic was copywritten.
Look, I'm just saying, when it comes to like using like motion controls, few games do it as good as Fruit Ninja. Like it's
Sure.
really good. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Play
It's
Half-Life
up
Alex
there
and
with
have your
Metroid
mind
Prime.
blown.
Yeah.
Because if it
But
just
does
takes Fruit Ninja to get you past that to be like, this is incredible, you need to really open up your VR library, bud.
Does this make you feel like a ninja? Or does this make you feel like you're a grocery store, like you're working at the deli counter slicing your fruits?
Preach it.
Look,
I know
Shredder's
I said
Revenge
this
is
once
fun.
already.
I'm just saying
But I'm
replay
gonna
value,
send-
none. There's nothing there. Like that's the thing.
I'm gonna send Jake the DLC to Fruit Ninja, who's gonna clean this fucking mess up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's job
It's a
simulator.
waste of food is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You don't
People
like
are
mukbangs?
starving in other
Okay.
countries.
All right.
The game.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right.
So, okay, does anybody else other than Jake vote for Fruit Ninja? No?
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Okay.
No.
All right.
So we're agreed? Okay.
The only thing
Wow.
Shredder's
You
Revenge
saved us
has
with
over Fruit
Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden?
is the multiplayer with you guys. That was the only reason I like it. Otherwise, I'm like, it's fun, but
It was a fun, sleek, entertaining
You know what?
update.
You know what? It plays fantastically on this device.
Look at that.
Does.
It's great. It's great.
Does.
Look at that.
okay.
You
All
mean
right,
this-
Fruit Ninja
you mean this
VR
device right
Yeah.
here?
versus Shredder's
Two in
Revenge.
one
I
day
mean,
for it.
obviously, it's going to be Shredder's Revenge. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bang through the semis really fast so we can get to the finals, okay?
Let's bang them all.
First one, TMNT the arcade game
Line 'em up.
versus the Messenger.
Messenger.
Oh,
Messenger for
Messenger.
me. Has to be.
Yeah. I gotta go.
I-
Messenger.
I was going
It's-
to pick
I'm not
TMNT,
thrilled about
so
it.
if it's the messenger, it's the
it's
messenger.
going to be
it's fine.
TMNT for me.
TMNT for me. Yeah.
So who's
Really?
the tiebreaker?
That's
Wolf?
that's
No,
Wolf.
I was-
everybody
I
else
was three
said messenger. You and I are the only.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's three
messengers.
messengers.
Okay.
Okay.
Like TMNT is great for what it did, but the
Yeah.
Messenger is just across the board such a great fucking game. So
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
Now, if
Okay.
we
It's
had
a hard
put
argument.
TMNT 2 against Ninja Kid or whatever, or the Ninja, yeah, that's gonna go further. But it's the Messenger.
okay.
I'm burning the ninja
next-
down. I don't care
Next
what
semi
it's
then
against.
is
I'll pick
Cyber
fucking
Shadow.
Fruit Ninja.
Cyber Shadow versus Sega Ninja.
Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow.
Sega Ninja, because somebody needs to vote for it.
I love me some Sega Ninja, but Cyber Shadow.
Cyber Shadow's
wow,
good.
thank you.
All right.
Don't pity vote, Jake. It doesn't look good on you.
Sometimes it backfires. We've learned that the hard
Be
way.
true.
Huh? Yeah. And then what was it? Oh, what did we do? How to mess
Oh,
with the
guys, he's
brackets?
making up the bracket. He's
No.
making up the bracket.
Oh
God.
wow.
Those doors are closed.
Wow.
No, hold on. I think I
It was
messed up.
Strider,
He's gonna introduce-
Strider 2
He's going to
and Ninja
introduce.
Gaiden.
He's going to introduce a game we haven't even voted on yet.
No. Okay. No, just because we did 12 instead of
Fine.
10. I think we need to do 10 going
Fruit
forward.
Schminja.
Otherwise
It's
the
all
brackets get a
Beat
little bit weird.
Saber.
All right,
Right.
so
That's a ninja game, right? Why
Then
the
our
fuck
final-
isn't Sekiro in this, by the way?
he's not a ninja. We asked
Yeah.
about this. Is he a ninja? Because
I
if
would
he's a
assume
ninja,
he has ninja qualities.
okay, but he's not a
Probably Shinobi
ninja.
or some bullshit.
The darkness of his black belt is blacker than the darkest black.
It's
Nice.
almost like it's so black that it's not.
All right, so the way we can do this then is
Okay.
then our final four basically is going to be the Messenger, Cyber Shadow, Ninja Gaiden, and TMNT. So how do we want to decide the third?
Well, okay, I would say that. Well,
We lost GP. Say it again,
He's there.
GP.
Uh-oh.
He moved.
what
He
if?
froze with intensity, though.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, am I back? Can you guys hear me now?
Yep,
Yeah,
we can hear
yeah,
you
yeah.
now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
What do we need to put Ninja Gaiden next to the Messenger and see what's what? Because to
I
me,
think
really, that's
so.
the question.
I think so. Out of the other tops, those are the two I think that are going to be the hardest to pick between the two.
So for me-
buckle up, folks. It's another hour episode.
No.
No,
Like
no,
for
no.
me, when I look at I played the Messenger, had such an amazing time. I went to play Ninja Gaiden. The starkest contrast between the two was Ninja Gaiden didn't control nearly as good as the Messenger. The controls in the
Yeah.
Messenger are way better. Feeling and the way they input and the control is so much
We're
better
also
than
talking
Chef's
like
kiss.
Ninja Gaiden.
30 years of mechanics between
Well,
now
who
and
cares?
then.
No
There's lots of
accidental wall grabs.
no accidental wall grabs. But there's so many great
Without
NES
Ninja
games. Like Mario
Gaiden-
Bros. 3 controls fantastic even today. So there's no
Without
excuse.
Ninja
right?
Gaiden, there is no messenger. I just thought I'd
Yes.
throw that out there.
That's true. So
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm less cool than my grandpa because without my
Yeah.
grandpa, there wouldn't have been me.
But you exist because of said person. That makes you cooler. So I just
therefore,
totally
Grandpa-
went around and shot my
Well,
own
what
self
if-
in the foot.
What
I'm
if your
picking Ninja
grandfather?
Gaiden.
What if
I
your
don't care.
grandfather was a misogynist, racist asshole?
Right. I would
And
still
you're
exist.
You're the better version because you're
Yeah.
not, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but without him, I
absolutely.
wouldn't exist. So I got to swallow my pride on that one and go with the accidental wall grab.
This one's tough. I'll
Okay.
go last on this
I've-
one again.
I haven't
I'm on
voted
Ninja
yet.
Gaiden train.
I haven't
Everybody
voted
who
yet.
wants to jump on this train, I'm driving the Ninja Gaiden train.
so how about I want to
Hop
suggest
aboard if you
something.
want to.
I want to suggest that Cyber Shadow is our fourth game, and that the top three, and we'll figure out the order, but the top three would be the Messenger, Ninja Gaiden, and TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Star
I
Shadow is
would agree with
great,
that.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it's a
I'm
4.
fine with that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm good
Yeah.
with that. So we've got
Yeah.
we've got to argue 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So The Messenger, Ninja Gaiden, and TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
Well, I think either way, TMNT. Maybe
I think
I'm wrong,
TMNT's
but I
third
think
out of those
it's going to
two.
be third. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, I would
I agree
agree
with
with Shredder's
Okay.
Revenge being third here.
Okay.
Gaiden and Messenger are going to be top 2.
Yeah.
Whichever way they land, it's
Yeah.
going to be top 2.
Okay.
But
So that-
okay,
That
I
didn't help.
decided not
We're
to go
still
last.
on Messenger and Ninja Gaiden.
I will speak here. By virtue of difficulty and proliferation of the franchise and how good the other entries are, I'm going with Ninja Gaiden. Please understand this is
two.
eating me up. I wish, because I said this earlier, if Ninja Gaiden was a puzzler, that would have elevated it even more. And that's what the Messenger is. But I'm going to go with Ninja Gaiden on this one
So
by the
that's 2
slimmest
for
of
that's
margins.
2 for Gaiden. Do we have any Messenger votes?
Right here, Messenger.
Okay.
I'm going with the Messenger because I kind of agree with Jake in that the controls just don't hold up in Ninja Gaiden. And
Yeah.
if you want to compare it to other games from 1988, Super Mario Brothers 2 controls hold great. Super
Yep.
Mario 3, the controls are great. You know, Altered Beast, the controls are better than Ninja Gaiden in my mind, at least the Genesis version. Right?
Strongly disagree. Love
I was with you until
strongly
that.
disagree. Yeah,
So-
you
But-
throw-
Altered Beast is a bridge too far.
There are games
Yeah.
that came out in 1988 that the controls don't feel so janky.
Yeah.
Blaster Master is 1988. The controls in that are fucking spectacular.
I'll agree. Yeah.
So the fact that the controls have not aged well, despite the game being very popular, I get that. The music was great in the game. The concepts were there, but the game does not make me feel like a ninja. I think it's just a bunch of horseshit.
Wow.
Well,
Messenger.
I'm
Wow,
gonna
okay.
vote before I
Wow.
have to be the tiebreaker. I'm gonna go Messenger as well.
Wow.
Wait, is that me? I'm timebreaker?
Yes.
You're a tiebreaker, bud. Right in the
Well,
middle there.
you guys, then you get
Yeah.
pissed off at me no matter what I say. That's, fuck you guys. What the hell? I'm gonna
Just
abstain.
pick right, and you'll be fine.
You're gonna
pick the right
abstain?
choice, and
Just
you'll be
pick
fine.
right.
Are we
If ever
pulling
there was an allowable time, it's now.
are we
All right.
pulling out William fucking Shatner?
No, we're not pulling out the fucking hat. The hat can stay retired. I'd bring the spider back for the
The
hat.
worst thing is that I think Sinistar and I give Jake the most shit, and we're on. Whoa, there goes GP.
Bye,
Uh-oh.
GP.
Sinistar and I give Jake the most shit, and we're on opposite sides of the fence. So either way he picks it, it's gonna be fine.
Guys,
Fucking
even the
assholes.
computers are crashing here from the
we're-
anticipation.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So when we look at Ninja Gaiden, it's Ninja fucking Gaiden. It's like the ninja game, and it is a fantastic game on the NES, and it controls good. As good as the NES Messenger? No. Graphics still hold up versus the Messenger. Is that fair? Because the Messenger is a new game, right? Even though it's retro inspired.
But it's
I don't know.
stylistically the same. I
Tell
mean,
them about
it's
the soundtrack,
Yeah.
Jared.
pulled from it.
Tell them about the
Soundtrack
Soundtrack
I'm not
is the
trying- no,
Messenger.
I'm not trying to be convincing. I'm just saying that they are one with the style. So,
Yeah.
It's
I
still
like
that
the s-
retro inspired look.
The soundtrack in Ninja Gaiden is good, or at least the first couple tracks. After that, not so much. The Messenger is solid from start to finish, soundtrack wise. In terms of like length of game, there is so much game in the Messenger, so much. It's good. It does draw out toward the end, but then I've said it before. Ninja Gaiden, I can't beat. I get to 6-4, which is like right at the end, and I die. And it's just, and if it continues, means you keep trying. And you have to basically force yourself to walk away, and it's the worst goddamn feeling. The Messenger gets hard, but it never feels impossible. So they're both very good games. I'm glad they're made it to the top 3. I'm really surprised. I was thinking that you guys would tank Ninja Gaiden or something, but surprisingly you didn't. Because I'm still salty you guys didn't fucking vote for Mario in that first bracket episode we did.
We're all against you, Jake.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
Anyway, it's okay.
It's true.
My vote's the Messenger.
Well,
I
wait.
think it's the-
Okay.
The Messenger.
Oh,
okay,
It's,
say
the
it again.
it's the better game by far. I like
one?
Ninja Gaiden a lot. It's almost a Sisyphean game. Like I'm gonna beat
No,
it.
I get
the
it, but
Messenger's
you just
better.
want to be friends. No, that's fine.
That's fine.
All right.
We just got
I wish
the
you all the
friend
best.
zone, GP. He just
Yep.
friended us.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
All right. So our top 3 best ninja
Yep.
game ever.
Not our top 3. Not my top
honorable-
3.
Honorable mention
Science
was
is top
Cyber
three.
Shadow
Are
at
you
4.
are you part of Press B or not, Chard?
Oh yeah.
I
And
don't
one
know
of the
after
worst
today.
ninja games, Mystical Ninja Goemon. So that should tell you how accurate this
Wow.
is.
Bracket 1.
Number 3, the bronze was Cyber Shadow. No, Team NT Shredder's
No.
Revenge was number 3. Number 2, Ninja
Yes.
Gaiden. Number 1 is The Messenger. The Messenger is fantastic. Sabotage Studios is doing another game in that universe. Radically different gameplay. Sea of Stars. You should also check that out as well. Do we really quick want to do the Press B Top 100 nominations? Do you guys have games ready or no?
I don't
If
think
you
Yeah, I
think about
always
it.
do.
I
Absolutely.
was not playing.
No, go for it.
tonight.
I'll think of some.
Wait, I
Um,
think Wolf said no for this.
Okay. Do we want to skip it this week?
I'm gonna go back to my list from before, so I'm gonna go find something.
Okay. GP,
Yeah,
how
let's
about
skip
you
it
do
this week.
first? You okay?
Let's just skip it. Honestly,
All
I
right.
think we're so focused on these
Oh, well,
brackets.
okay,
March
what?
might be a dead month.
Oh my
Ninja
gosh,
Gaiden.
I don't know what's happening.
I think
What?
Wolf's a little delayed.
All right. Yeah, we've had a lot of technical issues
Am
tonight,
I?
so we'll wrap it up.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll wait. We'll do it. We'll come back next week and do it. So again, March Radness. All month we're doing bracket episodes. We hope you enjoyed this one. We're going to end the month off with a special episode. If you want a hint, then check out our Discord for links to all of us where you can find us, whether it's our audio podcasts or on YouTube. Go to pressb2cancel.com or check us out pressb on Twitter, and you can find us there. And again, yeah, join our Discord. We're always looking for ideas for these bracket episodes. It's hard coming up with some of these lists, especially when we got to narrow it down. So we always try and get your guys' feedback.
Like and
Can you
subscribe.
pick shit like
Yeah.
the ninja?
I think I might be a little delayed.
It's a
writer.
shmup, and it's good. Yeah, I think
You're a
we had a
schmuck.
lot of technical issues, so everybody's delayed. So I'm gonna just wrap it up really quick because we got to go.
Yes,
before
check
the
out
stream
that
dies.
Discord.
Thanks, GP. Check out Sinistar on Mondays. He's streaming Chrono Trigger. Check out Chard. He's playing some hot trash for Chivos because he hates himself. Check out Wolf.
It's Final
He's-
Fantasy 4.
He's doing stuff. Check out GP's videos on
It's
YouTube.
the after tears.
And check out me on
The
YouTube.
second
I'm
best
playing through
Final Fantasy
Battletoads.
out there.
We are Press B to Cancel. We'll see you guys all next week.
Ninja Gaiden for life.